We are inside the studios of Neoflix TV tonight or today, wherever, anytime you are watching us. I just want you to know that we are airborne and we are talking sports right here. Today we are doing football and obviously the top 4 leagues. So we are going to talk about EPL. From EPL, we do a bit of Bundesliga. So we give you upcoming fixtures over the weekend, what to look out for, the kind of matches you expect. We'll give you statistics and we'll delve deep into so far how the leagues are turning out, how the leagues are panning out, how so far your expectations have been. It's your team doing that well. Certain players who are up to the task. So before much I do, remember to subscribe to the channel. Neoflix TV, make us #1 because we give you nothing but the best. I've got the general in the house, Bobby Robert Tete. Obviously, he does justice when it comes to analysis. One of the best guys you can find in Ghana here, as much as analysis is concerned. Bobby, nice to have you once again.
Thank you
in the studio. It was nice having you the other time when we did. All right, so let's zoom straight into EPL. I mean, after 7 rounds of matches, we have Liverpool leading the pack with 18 points plus 11 goals. Man City, defending champions, 7 matches, 17 points. Arsenal, third, of course, 17 points. Fourth is Chelsea, 14 points. Aston Villa, 5th, 14, and 6th is Brighton. So I'll give you top 6 teams: Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Aston Villa, and Brighton. Now I'll come to the bottom 3. We have Crystal Palace 18th with 3 points, Southampton 19th with a point, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1 point with 7 matches with just a point, minus 12 goals. So Bobby, after 7 rounds of matches, your impressions so far? Top 4, we have Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, and Chelsea.
Well, I'd say that obviously the most impressive has been Liverpool. You know, with
why do you think so?
Well, because,
is it because of the new coach?
Yes, because I didn't, honestly, personally, I did not expect Mr. Slot to adapt so quickly to the league. You know, we all okay. For me, I thought that there would be in a transitionary period, but so far I've been pleasantly surprised. I think they've started really well, and for me, they are my surprise of the season so far. I was thinking they might be struggling to be in the top 4, but Mr. Slot has surprised us all pleasantly.
What about Chelsea?
Chelsea, yes. Chelsea have also done better than I expected. You know, with their inflated squad list and Mr. Enzo Maresca coming in. We're all thinking that they might also be in a transitionary period, but I think they still are in a transitionary period. But they are performing above expectations so far. You know, the young lad Cole Palmer he's leading them admirably, and I think that Chelsea fans have a lot of good things to look forward to this coming season based on how they've started. Obviously, even if they don't win a trophy, being able to win the top 4, going back to the Champions League, it will be a good season for them. So I'm impressed firstly with Liverpool and then Chelsea. You know, Man City. Man City, Arsenal.
A lot of people are saying it's no news.
Yes, it's no news. So City being second is no news. Arsenal also having challenged for the past few years. It's no news where they are. So I'll say in the top 4, Liverpool and Chelsea are my surprise.
So now let's talk about City and Arsenal. A lot of people, we have seen some of their players gone down with injury. So let's start with City. City currently battling with their 115 charges. I mean, it's still ongoing. They are expected to get verdict somewhere next year. Within this week, we heard that Chigi Bergerstein is stepping down.
Yes.
They are going to have a new sporting director. They lost RUGDY, who is out of the season. De Bruyne is still out. Do you think this could be the year that Pep Guardiola could face one of the most difficult seasons, both the playing body, off-field issues, and how is he going to adapt without RUGDY's absence for the whole year?
I think that it will be at least one of the most difficult seasons for Pep, because obviously RUGDY is the spine of the team. You know, we saw him even in Spain with the Euros. He was sublime. So him going down, it's a huge blow. Obviously, Kovacic can try and stand in, but we know respectfully to Kovacic, RUGDY is on another level. He's a Ballon d'Or candidate. So him going down injured for the season is a big blow to Pep. Now, speaking of the 115 charges, man, it's a huge distraction.
No way they are going to avoid all those charges without
something will stick. If 115 charges, something will definitely stick. So. And it's going to be a distraction. You know, people are going to be asking Pep about it. Journalists are going to be asking the players about it. It's always going to be a cloud hanging over the club this season. So I think that from the club's perspective, they would wish there's nothing like that. But I mean, it's here, they have to deal with it. So obviously, off field, on the field, mentally, in terms of injuries, and obviously the legendary Chicky stepping down. You know, he has done a great job from coming from Barcelona to City to, I mean, build a dynasty there. But now Pep has to navigate without him, and now he has to navigate without RUGDY. He has to navigate this 115 charges. It will be a test of his coaching credentials. Obviously, we know he's one of the greatest ever, but this season, if he pulls it off, it will be another feather in his cap.
If you're a student of the game, which I know you are, you follow the game well, you read in between the dotted lines. If you look at Chigi stepping down, a lot of people who equally follow the game like you and I feel that it is an early sign that they could be facing charges, or they could be losing that 115 charges.
Yes.
That's 1. 2. A lot of people feel it could also be the end of an era for Pep, because Pep works with a certain kind of group of people. He worked with Chigi and Ferran Soriano in Barca, even though he never had them in Bayern. Bayern, he had a very great guy in Uli Hoeneß. And it is these two people are the main reason why Pep has even stayed at City for like 8 years now.
Yeah.
So if Chigi have stepped down, even though there's still Ferran Soriano, people feel it is an early sign. And note, Pep has just 1 year left on his contract. He has still not renewed.
I mean, yes, I think you are spot on, because you know Chigi has a great legacy in football, and I'm not sure he'd be happy to allow that to be tainted by the 115 charges, assuming that they are found guilty. So it's true, it's an early sign that maybe he's trying to, you know, jump off a sinking ship, so to speak, because once you've built something great for yourself in football, a legacy of you know, success, trophies, and dynasties, I don't think you would be happy to have it tainted by, you know, 115 charges. That's if they are found guilty. So obviously he is trying to save himself, and I mean, obviously good for him. He's done well, so he's trying to save himself. And then as you were saying, people might think that Pep is also trying to, you know, abandon ship because he has 1 year left. Since his general, one of his generals has left, he also be leaving. Yes, I think that is also a sign that Pep might be leaving. I read a report a few days ago where he was speaking about he wanted to try out the national team, you know, play at the Copa America or a Euro or a World Cup. So yes, I think that there are early signs that, you know, Pep might be leaving, and then Chiki might also try to, you know, safeguard his legacy. So
a lot of people see Pep to be a goat, but now a school of thought is also coming out with more or less a thought that imagine City are being demoted or found guilty to the extent that they are punished by being demoted to, say, the championship, or docked a point severely that they can't amass a certain number of points to the extent that they could be relegated. People are saying if Pep should stay, bring the team back again to the Premier League, that would be a defining legacy on his resume.
I mean, obviously, if that happens, then, because a lot of people have been saying the only knock on Pep, people usually say, is he likes to go to big teams who have money, who have established players. You know, he can't do a Mourinho with a Porto, so to speak. So if City is to be relegated and he brings them back, obviously then there will be no argument against his legacy. But I don't think if that happens, he will stay. That's just my personal feeling. I don't think he will stay. But if he does, if City are found guilty and if they are relegated, and if he stays with them and brings them back, then there will be no knock at all on his legacy. But obviously he won't stay. I mean, in my opinion, I think.
Now let's talk of Arteta at Arsenal. He has lost Odegaard for chunk of games now. Bukayo Saka over the weekend picked injury on international duty. Do you think Arsenal can still navigate their way with this kind of injuries to their core?
Arsenal, I mean, the Arsenal fans might get annoyed with me, but I don't think Arsenal can win the Premier League. I don't think they have.
People believe for the past 2 seasons, I mean, runners up, and this third time they could make it. But I don't. And people are forgetting how Liverpool have started well.
You know, I don't trust Arsenal in the long term. I believe that obviously they have one of the best teams in England, and they'll be competitive right away to the end. But I believe when the rubber needs to meet the road, when you know, the moment arrives for them to be clutch and you know, take that mountain of taking the league, I don't think they can do it, honestly. I think City, even with the challenges, in my opinion, will retain the league.
Will retain the league, sure, obviously. So that's Bobby for you. So let me quickly run you through the goal scoring chart, or the goal king. We have Erling Haaland with 10 goals currently after 7 rounds of matches. Number 2, Cole Palmer with 6 goals. Brian Mbeumo with 6 goals from Brentford. Luis Diaz of Liverpool, 5 goals. Mohamed Salah of Liverpool with 4 goals. We have Noni Madueke from Chelsea, 4 goals. Kai Havertz of Arsenal with 4 goals. On the assist chart, we have Bukayo Saka from Arsenal, 7 assists, Cole Palmer with 5, Mohamed Salah with 4, Wilfried Ndidi of Leicester with 4, Jadon Sancho with 3, Bernardo Silva of City with 3 as well. So those are the assists and the goals. So talking of the EPL now, let's do matches coming over the weekend. We have one big game, Liverpool versus Chelsea. Wolves play Man City. Man City goes away. Man United, Brentford, and of course we have Arsenal. Arsenal will be playing. So let me quickly run you through Arsenal. So we have Tottenham, West Ham, Man United, Brentford, Newcastle, Brighton, Fulham, Aston Villa, Southampton, Leicester, Ipswich, Everton, Bournemouth, Arsenal. Let me give you a bite of Liverpool, Chelsea, and then you can pick from any of the fixtures. So now, Bobby, let me run you through week 8, a round of matches. We have Tottenham playing at home to West Ham, Man United, Brentford, Newcastle, Brighton, Fulham, Aston Villa, Southampton, Leicester, Ipswich, Everton, Bournemouth, Arsenal, Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Man City, Liverpool, the big game versus Chelsea at Anfield, Nottingham Forest and Crystal Palace. Such an interesting times whereby Manchester United have just gone down to the extent that pundits are not even talking about them. I mean, that's an era there. Bobby, let's talk Liverpool, Chelsea, the big game for this week.
Yes. The big game at Anfield coming up this week.
First against fourth.
Yes. So these are, as I said earlier, my 2 surprise teams so far this season. 7 games in, they have surprised me the most. They have exceeded expectations as far as I'm concerned, and it's going to be an exciting clash. I think Chelsea have not won against Liverpool for the past 5 games that they've played. Yes. So
it's either a draw.
Yes, coming into this game, I think for the investors who might be watching, it's wise to put your money on Liverpool. Yes, Liverpool or at least a draw. I think that Liverpool have also won their last 5 matches. Chelsea drew the 5th last match and they've won 4 straight. So they are both in good form coming into this match. But with the head-to-head of the last 5 games, I think that Liverpool have the edge, and I'm looking forward to see exciting football on the match day.
All right, so I mean that's from Bobby. We are still doing analysis of the forthcoming fixtures over the weekend in the EPL. We are playing match week 8, and we are doing that. We are giving you the statistics for goal and assist and where each team is lying on the standings. So you can talk of an impressive team as well. We can do Aston Villa, Fulham. Villa has not been bad. 5th with Unai Emery. They are tied with Chelsea. People are not taking note. You can talk of Man United as well. Let's do Fulham, Aston Villa.
Yeah, Fulham, Aston Villa. People always say that Unai is a very, very underrated coach, and I think that it's true because if you look at his track record, if there was an argument, a debate between Arteta and Unai from former Arsenal fans who were discussing their legacies and their achievements, but I think they have a good chance to retain their UCL place, which they won last season. Obviously, they're doing well in the UCL to beating Bayern Munich the last Champions League match day. So it's going to be an exciting match, and I'm tipping Villa for the win.
All right, so that's from Bobby. Man United, Brentford. Man United languishing 14th.
My goodness. Man United are a curious case. Normally when teams struggle after they lose, a great manager, after a while you expect that they should be able to recover. Man U also they have a lot of money, so to speak. They are not broke. Like even AC Milan can give the excuse that they've not had the financial stability that Man United have enjoyed. But I mean, season after season, we are always optimistic. Oh, and a sleeping giant will wake up, and then the season happens, and obviously they started through the season, and the same thing is happening again this season. Hopefully, this match can be a starting point. Ten Hag is under a bit of pressure. He's under a bit of pressure, and he must show up. I believe if they had lost that Champions League game, he would have been fired. But I mean, they found a way. Yes, Europa League game. Yeah, they found a way to get a draw. So because of that, the pressure is a little off him. But he has to win this game. This is a must win for Manchester United, and I'm looking forward to the match.
So far, after match week 7, any standout player, even though the analysis are saying or statistics are saying that we all know Erling Haaland has been up and running. Cole Palmer is up there. Salah is up there. Luis Diaz. But so far, a player that stands out. For me,
Cole Palmer, the cold Palmer, he has so much potential. It's exciting to watch him. I'm always excited to watch Cole Palmer play football. And I don't know if you've noticed, but he has the street credibility.
Yeah.
Yes, even though he's very young, he's not coming up, but he has the street credibility. He has the kind of the pull, the draw to bring people to the stadia or to the match centers to watch him. So I've been very impressed with Cole Palmer. I think he's the key reason for Enzo Maresca's side, being above my expectations coming into the season, and he's my player so far this season.
All right, so my standout players so far will be two: Brian Mbeumo of Brentford, and of course Luis Diaz of Liverpool.
Yeah.
They have really done. Between Ten Hag, the Wolves coach, and I want to put one coach here. So Ten Hag is one, Wolves coach. I don't want to put Southampton and Crystal Palace, but I know some three coaches that are under, and then Ange Postecoglou. Those three coaches, who will be the first to get sacked?
Ten Hag.
You believe?
Yes, Ten Hag.
Wow.
Yes, because he was on the hot seat before they beat City last year in the cup final. He wasn't on the hot seat. He was basically fired already. But when they won the cup, and they're like, "Oh, we beat City. Maybe we shouldn't let him go. We should let him stay.
Sure.
Things will turn around." And now they're 14th, and things are not going well. Even in the Europa League, they are struggling. So I think he's the most likely to get fired.
Yes. All right. So that's Bobby. We did the EPL. Now let's switch to the Bundesliga, and we talk about football made in Germany. So after a round of 6 games or 6 matches in the Bundesliga, we have Bayern Munich with 14 points, RB Leipzig with 14 points as well, Eintracht Frankfurt with 13 points, Freiburg with 12, defending champions Bayer Leverkusen 5th with 11, and 6th is Union Berlin with 11. People might be asking, where is Dortmund? Dortmund is 7. Let me come to the bottom 3. TSG Hoffenheim 4 points, Holstein Kiel with 2, and of course VfL Bochum with just a point. Top players in the Bundesliga so far: goals, we have Umar Mamosh with 8 goals, Harry Kane of Bayern Munich with 5, Jonathan Bergert with 5, Emerdine Demirovic with 5, Florian Wirtz of Bayer Leverkusen with 4, and Michael Olise of Bayern Munich with 4. Now let me come to assist as well. Assist, we have the same Umar Mamosh, who is leading the goal king with 4, Harry Kane with 4 as well, who is also second on the goal king chart, and Mohamed El Amin Amoura of VfL Wolfsburg with 4, Vincenzo Grifo from Freiburg with 3, and of course the general Granit Xhaka of Bayer Leverkusen with 3. So far, after match day 6, Bobby, I've given you the top 4, the top 5, the top 6, and of course the relegation threatening teams, and of course statistics in the goal king and assist as well, German Bundesliga.
Well, so far the Bundesliga, there's been tradition as usual, Bayern Munich being on top. Obviously, the new coach that people were skeptical about,
Vincent Kompany.
We're like, hey, I mean, how can you be at Burnley, get relegated, and then he's failing upwards? I mean, sure. We are praying for the grace of Vincent Kompany, because he got probably one of the biggest jobs in Europe, coming off a relegation in the Premier League. So far so good for him. He has proven that he's no slouch in the coaching department. They're on top with 14 points, the same as RB Leipzig, who recently signed her club to. I mean, Red Bull signed him as director of clubs. Yes. So I think Dortmund have been a bit of disappointment coming into this season. We expect them to constantly challenge Bayern Munich for the crown, but
I never understood why they fired their coach and went in for a former player in Norway signing.
Sometimes
after the coach guided them to
Champions League final. Sometimes there are machinations behind the scenes that we are not aware of, because with you and I don't understand why you fire Edin Terzic after such a fantastic job. Putting the club on his back, basically from the coaching perspective, taking them all the way to the Champions League final. But we don't know what happened, so I think I cannot comment on that with any authority. But what I'll say is, with a new coach, there are always growing pains, and so I expect Dortmund to, at the very least, finish in the top 4. So obviously Bayern Munich to win the Bundesliga, Harry Kane to get his first league trophy. That's my prediction. Okay, so
you think Xabi Alonso cannot guide this Liverpool?
No, I don't think so. The standards they set were so high last season. It would be hard to replicate that. I mean, they've done well.
But he virtually have his same squad and has added quite a few. Alex Garcia from Girona, a few additions here.
But I think the mental toll, defending a league title, because once you become a champion, the target is now on your back. You know, once at first, you know, in sports, there's something called expectations, which as a sports, you know, guru yourself, I know you understand very well. When there are no expectations, you know, when Leicester won the Premier League, there were no expectations. No one expected them to win it. So you go out with nothing to lose. You play free-spirited football and win. But once the expectations, people are now looking forward to you doing something. That pressure, a lot of athletes can wither under it. So I believe that Bayern Leverkusen will still make a push for the top 4, but to win, to retain their Bundesliga crown is a tall order for them. I'd say Bayern Munich to regain their crown.
All right, so talking about the Bundesliga, over the weekend, forthcoming fixtures or upcoming fixtures, we have going in round of 7 or match day 7. We have Dortmund at home to St. Pauli, Bayer Leverkusen playing Frankfurt, Mainz 04 playing RB Leipzig, Freiburg against Augsburg, Borussia Mönchengladbach versus FC Heidenheim, TSG Hoffenheim versus VfL Bochum, Bayern Munich versus VfB Stuttgart, Holstein Kiel versus Union Berlin, and Wolfsburg get to wrap up the week with Werder Bremen. So that's Bundesliga. So we have done the EPL, we have done Bundesliga. This is where time will permit us to come your way with the weekend wrap up when it comes to the upcoming or forthcoming fixtures. We have done the EPL, we have done Bundesliga. So we come your way with another exciting edition of the weekend wrap up, where as far as the various top 4 major leagues is concerned, this is where time will permit us. My name is Daniel Ejebo. It was nice allowing me into your various houses. Remember to make us number 1. Keep subscribing to the channel. Make Neoflix TV on YouTube number 1. On all social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, and X as well. You get to follow us and make us number 1. Till we meet again, keep hope alive and keep enjoying us. Bye-bye for now.